Game ain't over. The sun is shining. And it ain't over.
You wanted the best, you got the best. From my home studio on Long Island, New York, welcome to Ian Scotto Rocks. I am your host, Ian Scotto. We have a huge news update right here. It has just been announced at the time of me recording this that Chris Beattie is out at Hatebreed. So this all started from a post that Hatebreed made, and this was made a couple of days ago, where it says, for the foreseeable future, bass duties will be handled live by Matt Bach from Shadows Fall, which then led to, just a couple of hours prior to me recording this, Chris Beattie at God of Bass on Instagram putting out his own statement stating, I just want to take the time to let everyone know that I am doing just fine, and I sincerely appreciate everyone who has reached out. I was under the impression a joint announcement would be agreed upon in advance, but since that was not the case, I wanted to address your concerns in my own post. At this time, I am unable to discuss the specifics surrounding my departure from Hatebreed on November 13th, 2024. So this is a few months in the making. However, I want to clarify that the decision to leave the band was not mine, and that my departure was uncalled for and based on misleading and wrongful statements that will be subject to future actions. Chris Beattie. The reason this is so devastating is Chris Beattie is definitely not a newer member or a hired gun. In fact, Chris Beattie is the only member of Hatebreed besides Jamie Josta who has been there since day one and has been on all releases. You have Wayne Lozanek, who is their guitarist, who is still in the band and is a day one member. However, Wayne was not around for a number of releases when Sean Martin was in the band. He was then brought back around, I believe, at the time of the self-titled album, because I remember actually seeing them tour that album. I saw them in Philadelphia, and that was when Wayne was brought back into the group. Really cool tour that the Acacia Strain was opening at the time. But yeah, this just kind of sucks when a band becomes, I don't want to say a solo project because you still have Wayne there, but it's definitely problematic when you see these longtime members just go and not even a statement from the band. I don't know what he's referring to whatsoever in terms of, these problematic issues. I'm sure that'll come out at some point, and misleading statements that he's referring to. And I would really like to know, because I think all the original guys of that band, those three guys, are really revered by the fans. And they're still a band that has just such a huge following. I saw them close out the Chance in Poughkeepsie legendary venue. And then more recently, Amityville Music Hall by me was reconstructed. Prior to them tearing it down and reconstructing it, Hatebreed did like a week of shows to close out that venue. And yeah, they've done recent tours commemorating anniversaries for some of their classic albums. And to be doing those songs without Chris Beattie is a real shame. So if I look at their timeline here, you'll see what I'm talking about. Jamie, Wayne, Chris Beattie has been there since the very founding in 1994. And, was really the last man standing in terms of staying there that full time, besides, of course, Jamie Josta. And Jamie Josta is the guy that everyone knows from him doing the podcast, from his time on Headbangers Ball. And he's the face of the band. But I think every member of this band is important, and the guys who wrote that music. And hopefully we'll have some type of update. But what we know for now is that Chris Beattie is no longer a member of Hatebreed, unless they somehow find a way to make amends and clear the air on this. And hopefully that is what happens, but we don't know for now. Right now they're saying he's out. And with that, be sure to check out the merch store for limited edition Ian Scotto Rocks merchandise. Subscribe, leave your comments with what you think, and check out this video right here if you want to binge watch some more great content from here on Ian Scotto Rocks.